Blog Talk Radio.
Happy Friday, guys. This is Smarty Jones, and it's time for the Real Teen Mom Talk Live. So we have a pretty full show today. We had a pretty full show today because we had two guests for you. Now we're down to one because, bless her heart, Mariah Worth, who is Nathan's best friend, she actually had a close friend that passed away. So you guys send Mariah some love, and she will be on our show either this coming up week or the week after that. We're just going to reschedule it whenever she feels comfortable. So we do still have Allison Stevens, who is Nathan Griffith's ex-wife. If you don't know who Nathan is Jenelle's boyfriend. So we have Jenelle's boyfriend's ex-wife coming on in just a little bit. She's going to talk to us and answer some questions. All of the questions that she can answer. You guys are going to have to remember that, she does share a child with this guy. So, of course, she's not going to be able to just, come on the radio and tell you guys that he's a fucking asshole or anything like that. But I can. So, anyways, we'll be having Allison on here shortly. And we're going to go ahead and start off with some recent teen mom news. So you guys are welcome to go ahead and call in now if you want to. The call-in number is 646-721-9689. You can either listen in there or you can press 1. If you press 1, then you'll be connected, put in the queue, and that means that you would like to talk to us. Or today you would like to talk to me. Hallie may be calling into the show here in a little while. She's dealing with some business, and if she's able to call in, she will. And if not, then you guys will be able to catch her on Tuesday with me. So let's go ahead and talk about some things that are going on this week in the teen mom world. We didn't get to have our show on Tuesday, so we kind of have a week's worth of stuff to catch up on. So we do kind of think that it's funny that Jenelle and Nathan have scheduled themselves a Ustream to go on and talk to all of their fans right at the same time that Allison is scheduled to come on and talk to us. The beautiful thing about that is that nobody's really interested in watching you hit the pipe on Ustream, and a lot more people are interested in listening to your ex-wife. So you guys have fun with that. Now, let's see. First, let's talk about Devon. Devon is Brianna from Teen Mom 3. That's her baby daddy. And Devon has gotten himself arrested. So this time it's not like the previous arrests where it's been for possession of marijuana, which is, where he lives, that's the same. A possession of marijuana is the same thing, or is the same grade classification as getting a traffic ticket. So while some people would be like, oh, my God, that's huge, other people would be like, nah, it's not a big deal. This time it kind of is a big deal. So Devon has gotten himself arrested for burglary, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and contributing to the delinquency of a 16-year-old girl. So when Vaughn is free, please believe that we will be having him back on the Real Teen Mom Talk Live, and we're going to discuss the burglary and definitely the 16-year-old girl. The possession of marijuana we expected, the possession of paraphernalia, who cares? But the burglary and the contributing charge, we definitely want to know about that. If you're listening now and you are one of Devon's followers that was watching him sleep the other day, he needs you to raise up off some cash because it's $1,300 to bond his little skinny butt out. So the burglary charge carries $1,000 bond, the possession charge $1,000, $100, paraphernalia $100, and the contributing charge is also $100. All totaled means $1,300 bond, and all he needs to get out of that place is $260. Okay, so let's discuss what that means. Number one, if I'm sitting in jail and all I needed to get out was $260, one of my friends better come up off $260. So either Vaughn, number one, has no friends, number two, has broke-ass friends, or number three, which is totally, it's conceivable that he has a failure to appear in his past, and he can't get a bondsman to bail him out. if you fail to appear on a court charge, okay, this is what happens for those of you that that aren't familiar with this. So if you go to jail, then you're arraigned for that charge. So after you're arraigned, then the judge says, okay, this is what you're accused of, and this is how much your bond is. So at that point, you can either pay that entire bond and get that money back when you show up for court, or you can hire a bondsman who is going to do the same, put up your bond money, and you're going to pay him a small fee. Either way, when you show up to court, all that's taken care of. So if he failed to appear on a court charge in the past and that bondsman got his money revoked, you can bet that him nor any of his friends are going to touch the bond because they don't want to, they lose that money if you don't show up to court. So someone would be out $1,300 if he didn't show up to this, to the court case that he's got pending now. Now, we've got someone on hold that wants to speak to us. So let's see. We've got 843-582. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, this is Nate.
Yeah. Okay. Nate, you definitely don't have the right area code. Give it to me.
I'm from Nate Griffith, Jenelle's boyfriend.
Okay, let Jenelle say hi to us. Okay, now, so what do you have to say, Nathan?
Yeah, this is the same Nathan, Nathan Griffith.
Okay, what do you have to say?
Oh, I was just wondering about the show. I thought you guys were going to have a host on the show. I just want to speak. Just make sure any slander wasn't going around.
So do you have something that you want to talk to our listeners about? Your ex-wife is going to be on in about 24 minutes. So is there something that you want to say before she gets a chance to come on?
No, not really. I'm just curious of what she's going to say and stuff.
So you're not worried that she would say anything that nobody knows about yet or anything like that?
No. I mean, the girl even told my family, and my family can back me up, that she's a habitual liar. So I'm just curious what she says. So, when she does come on, if you guys have any other questions to ask me, I can clarify anything up. Okay. But, I have a clean record. I wasn't ever in trouble with the law until I met the woman. Once I got divorced from her, I stopped being in trouble. I still haven't been in trouble after I left her, if that tells you anything. So, she has, and then she tried to blame me a long time ago that I was the reason for drug use. Well, I don't use drugs. And she's been in and out of rehab since she's been 16 years old. Her senior year, she's actually was in rehab. She almost didn't graduate her senior year. So, like I said, if anybody knows, because I was raised in a family where I didn't have the best father, and he had a, alcohol problem, and, later on, there was, people who were close to me who were addicts, and one thing you find out about addicts, they don't stop lying. So, they always want to climb up to the top, and so I'm just curious what she's going to say.
Do you think that she's still an addict at the current time?
Well,
just your opinion, of course.
I don't know. I see her at bars. She has a long line of alcoholism in her family, and I see her at bars, fist pumping, pictures of fist pumping. She drove with my daughter drunk, and that's the reason why DSS was called in the first place. And I can go on how long. I actually got a photo where she's talking to a friend that says the only reason she signed over custody to her mom was because so I wouldn't get the child. The only reason I got my daughter stripped from me is because of allegations. I'm still fine. I have $16,000 in lawyer fees trying to fight for my daughter. So, these allegations that I'm a deadbeat father, blah, 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 after how much she paid for her lawyers, or did mommy and daddy pay for it? That's what I want to know.
Let me ask you this. Who currently has custody of Emery?
Her mom and dad. Because her mom's just as twisted as she is. They got they were saying that I neglected her when I was a stay-at-home father. I was working on my VA disabilities and stuff like that. I was going to school that daughter was attached to my hip 24/7. People at the gym she works at, Lifetime Fitness, and everywhere else knew that daughter was attached to me 24/7. But her, like I said, they say I was neglecting her, that I wasn't giving her her wants and needs. And just a crock of BS. That's all it is.
Okay. So, since you mentioned it, let me ask you about your VA status. What's your disability for?
Just a lot of stuff. I mean, that's my personal business. So, I understand. I'm just asking. I can tell a lot of people that just because you're not physically injured, and even though I do have some physical, things that are going on with me, but doesn't mean that, my mental status isn't, quite there. Like, I'm a pretty normal guy. I'm pretty straight, but there's stuff like, for example, one of the main reasons most combat vets have is PTSD. I do suffer from that, and along with a few other mental disorders. But
well, I'm not asking to be funny or anything like that. My husband actually has a traumatic brain injury and was blown up in Iraq. So that's something that I take very seriously. It's not a question that I ask to poke fun at you or anything like that. So I'm well versed in what happens when you guys come home, and I do appreciate your service. But there's a lot of people right now that are saying things. You know how Twitter is, and a lot of people are saying things like, we don't understand how, if he has a TBI, why is he playing football, and how is he going to MMA fight? So do you actually have a TBI, or are they just speculating?
TBI, just clarify that's traumatic brain injury. And, that I actually got evaluated for TBI, and they think something happened with my short-term memory. So, your short-term memory is only about 7 seconds long. So I forget a lot of things, like my keys or my wallet or what bills I have to pay that day or something like that. That how it's impacted me. And to tell you the truth, it gets frustrating, when you forget a lot of things. It's not something that, like, and then one of the custody situation when I was getting evaluated for it, which I shouldn't even open my mouth about it, they started saying, well, you're going to forget your doctor. No, I don't forget things like that. And they said that could impact you. And once I went through all these counseling appointments and stuff, they kept on adding, PTSD. They said, PTSD, my counselor said that actually would make him more protective over her daughter and keep her more safe. And so, there's just a lot of things that kept on building up because of my military and history that they kept on just, kept on adding more stuff. And, it impacted me, and it still impacts me. I love my daughter to death. I would do anything for her. And, I see her once a month, and it sucks, but it's not my choice. And that's what people would say. I wish my daughter was here with me. I make enough money. I have a nice house, and how many people do hate Jenelle. Janelle's a wonderful person. She just got stuck in the wrong situation, in the wrong relationship, where she was abused or where, the ex helped her relapse or, people do recover. And I think she's in a stable relationship where we're both helping each other mentally and physically.
So you guys aren't currently using any drugs at all?
No.
Weed, nothing.
What's that?
No weed, no nothing.
Well, I know I don't smoke weed. And, what's Janelle's business is Janelle's business, but she wouldn't be doing any hardcore drugs around me. Not one, because the shit I had to deal with Allie, using coke and stuff and doing it because one time I caught her at a party, she was using coke. I said, that would never happen. That's when we were dating. And she swore up and down that would never happen. And then I could go in a lot of details about her using coke when we got married, how crazy she was acting, stuff like that, lies and stuff like that. When it comes to weed, the only reason I'm against weed is because it's illegal. The only reason I'm against weed is because it's illegal. And, but, I know a lot of people, actually weed is, the most used illegal drug, in America.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Because this is something that my husband worried about in the past because I used to be a weed smoker, holler, okay? So, but my husband was like, he was adamant when we got married that I stopped because he has to go and visit the VA regularly because of, his appointments. You know how they do, y'all. So
yeah, I do.
Because of that, he was like, you can't smoke weed around me, not in the car, not in the house, nowhere, because he's worried about if he, from secondhand smoke even, tests positive for THC, he's worried that that's in some way going to affect his standing with the VA or his benefits or any of that. Is that something that worries you?
No, not really, because, it's still a hospital. That's the thing about it. It's classified information. You can't walk up into, whether it's government officials or not. Let's say if I had a drug addiction problem, I go to the VA, hey, I'm addicted to a drug. They'll try to help me, or they'll give me, Suboxone or something to help recover. They're not going to go to the military agents, the military who sponsored me and say, hey, he's doing illegal drugs. I'm not in the military anymore. I don't have any obligations to the military anymore. That's why you have some people, who end up, have VA on 100% disability, and they're more messed up than I am, and they're on Percocet, Vicodin, every drug you can imagine. But they're prescribed it, so, it's not a worry. I don't go around the stuff. But like I said, I'm not speaking for Jenelle's behalf, whether she uses it or not. I know there's a lot of things that are going on with Jenelle where, especially, anybody who deals with half the shit Jenelle does on Twitter, they would probably already kill themselves. And the woman wanting to smoke weed to calm the fuck down, then let her calm down. I'd rather her, tell you the truth, and, I might sound horrible to say that. I'd rather her smoke weed than be on a Klonopin or something, or a Xanax, where she's going to have horrible withdrawals from them.
Well, and I'm not trying to make the use of marijuana right, but I would have to agree with you when you say that you would rather her be smoking marijuana than be addicted to prescription pills. So that I would agree with. Now, let me ask you this. So there's a lot of people that are on your back right now because they're saying that you got fired from your job and that you're living off Jenelle. So can you kind of clear that up for people? Do you work somewhere? You don't have to tell us where you work, of course, but are you working, or is Jenelle?
Yes, I work.
Okay.
I'm also training for the MMA fight I have on 10/26 in Havelock, North Carolina. The sponsor is Premium 3. I also have a trainer for that. Like I said, I also get disability. I'm one paying rent and stuff for this house. Jenelle takes care of, some of the bills to a certain extent. We're a great team. We don't live off each other, and that's financial, problems aren't even an issue. And our emotional relationship between one another, isn't a problem either. We treat each other very fairly. We both cook. We both clean. We both do everything.
Okay, so do you think that Jenelle would say that this is the most stable relationship that she's been in her adult life?
Is this the most stable relationship you've been in your adult life? Yes, she says.
Okay, so once her divorce is started and finalized and all that, have you guys talked about your future together and where that might lead you?
Oh, we are definitely in the future going to get married. We are definitely going to be together for the rest of our life. And that's I've been in tons of relationships, even with my ex-wife. I even tried to break up with her at P.F. Chang's, when we first started dating 6 months into
over the
our
lettuce wraps? How can you break up with anybody when you've got lettuce wraps in front of you? I'll see you later after I eat these lettuce wraps.
Well, she called me out on it, and I felt horrible about it. So we ended up getting along again and doing well. But, that relationship wasn't good. Any of my relationship wasn't good. I'm not saying any of my ex-girlfriends or ex-wives were bad people or anything. It's just we weren't the right match for each other. And I finally found a relationship where everything clicked. Within the first week of me and Jenelle's relationship, we were already finishing each other's sentences and reading each other's minds. Hell, I walk to a car. If I don't grab something, she grabs something. If she forgets something, I already grabbed it. It's really smooth, and it just works really good with us. And if people say we're up each other's ass or we're jealous over each other, no. We just have certain things and certain things we do that help our relationship work, and we're both on mutual agreement with it.
Okay, so you guys, it sounds like you feel like you mesh well then, right?
Very.
Okay. How do you feel about the video that we released the other day of the phone call that Mariah had with you back in June or July?
You know what? Like I said, I've never had anything bad to say about Mariah. I always thought she was a good friend. I thought she was one of my best friends, you know. There was a couple of things, you know, that, you know, were like maybe flirtatious and stuff like that, and one of the reasons why Jenelle didn't want me talking to her, at least she wanted me to, you know, like she wanted to see that Mariah was more as a friend than acting like a jealous girlfriend. And when she kept on sending me, like, you know, 20, you know, Snapchats a night, or when she started, you know, sending me things or acting more of a jealous girlfriend instead of, you know, a friend, you know, that puts Jenelle, you know, trying to compete for something she already has.
Right.
And, you know, I don't want Jenelle to ever feel like she's competing against anyone, because no woman deserves that. They don't need to compete for their man. And, you know, when she videotaped my phone conversation, which friend is going to videotape a phone conversation? Unless they're looking farther ahead in the future, saying, hey, I may be able to sell this, or I have proof against him for this, or, I mean, it's just crazy. I've never videoed a phone conversation I've never even recorded a phone conversation with my friend. You know, I mean, it's just very bizarre and weird that somebody would do that if they're claiming to be your friend.
So do you feel like maybe she was going to use the conversation against you? I mean, obviously that's
possibly. I don't know. I mean, I didn't say anything bad.
Was supposed to, like, what I'm thinking is maybe that was shown to Jenelle at some point had you said something different?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like I said, but, I mean, Janelle's with me 24/7. I mean, she's got hair. She goes through my phone whenever she wants to. I go through her phone whenever she wants to, because we don't ever have anything to hide from each other. So, I mean, I don't know what she was trying to get out of me. I mean, but, I mean, Mariah was just a friend. You know, at least I thought she was.
So do you see yourself being able to mend that friendship maybe at some point if things change, like when she gets married or?
No.
No?
Because I feel really betrayed by her. You know, not only with the phone conversation, because you can, you know, once again, like I have people who can back me up. I told her, even on Twitter, everything, I said, just let everything die down. I promise I'll be your friend. I'll promise this and this. Just stop staying in our life. I said, the more you try to stay in it, I said, the more haters you're going to have, the more attention you're going to get, all this other stuff. And to tell you the truth, I think she started liking the attention. And, you know, I'm actually seeing a lot of people, whether it's hate or anything, they feel like if Jenelle, you know, has the outburst or something, they could be the next person written in the article, or they could be the next person, you know, in the spotlight, or they could get 1,000 or 2,000 followers. You know, it's just crazy to me. All this stuff is just crazy to me.
So, okay, let me ask you what happened when you said that Leo was trying to get Courtland out of jail so that Courtland could come and murder Jenelle. Is that honestly how she feels? Like, is she in fear for her life?
She was having anxiety where she didn't even want to leave the house. She started freaking out. I went to the gym, and she was half asleep. I'm like, hey, Jenelle. I said, hey, I'm going to the gym. Is that okay? And she's like, yeah. So, anyways, I ended up going to the gym, and she started panicking, thought I left her. She was afraid Courtland was going to come and, you know, attack her because, like, I mean, I've seen pictures of this woman to a bloody pulp, you know? I mean, and I know what drugs can do to you. Whether he's sober or not, I see what drugs can. If you're still using, you're going to still be a violent person. Because my ex-wife, like I said, I wrote on Twitter, she kicked me down a flight of stairs. You know, she's punched me in the face. She's rebroken my nose. I've walked over to the neighbor's house, and everybody's like, you okay? And blood dripping down my face. I'm like, yeah, just give me a cigarette. You know? So, I mean, I know what drugs can do to you. And hopefully for his sake, he is sober. He is acting in the right state of mind. But, I mean, drugs isn't anything. Those hardcore drugs isn't anything anybody should mess with. Not only does it make you stupid, but it makes you, like I said, a very volatile person.
So you and Jenelle have both experienced domestic violence with different partners. Is that something that you guys have experienced together at all?
Yeah. Yeah, and we both share that, and we both can relate. I mean,
no, I mean,
even
have
when it
you
comes
guys
to
have you been involved in any domestic violence with Jenelle?
No, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
So back whenever you guys first got together, there was the tweet that got sent out about you hitting her, and then it was a joke, and so that actually was a joke.
About me hitting her?
Yes.
I don't even think there was. Who tweeted about that?
Okay, we'll have to.
Hold on. I'm asking Jenelle.
Okay.
Oh, me so. When we were horse playing around, we were doing a Ustream session.
Right.
And I had my arm in a sleeper hold on her, and she was like, just joking around and stuff. No, I mean, me and Jenelle will be walking in the store. Me and Jenelle will push each other into things. I mean, it's just playing around horseplay. I mean, it's nothing serious. I mean, if it was serious, like I said, I don't think she would put up with it, and I don't think I would put up with it.
Okay. Hallie is is the other host with me, and she has a few questions that she wants to ask. Hallie, what have you got?
I have Twitter questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Keep talking, Smarty. I had some good ones, but we've got a lot of people asking questions now.
Okay. One of the main questions that people are asking are about your Huskies. Do you guys still have those?
Yep.
Okay, so they haven't disappeared or been rehomed or anything like that?
Nope. They're actually in my house.
Do they get along with Jax?
The female dog doesn't that much. The two male dogs, Jax and Mugen, they both get along great. But I don't know. The female dog seems a little bit protective of me. So
are the Huskies a pair or are they brother and sister?
They're brother and sisters.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hallie.
Okay. So, Wow Stephanie wants to know, Nathan, do you have a driver's license?
What's that? Yes, I do.
You do.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I almost took out a lawsuit against a few people, for a lot of slanderous lies and stuff, and it's starting to frustrate me. So.
Okay, and they also want to know how you can be on disability while training for an MMA fight.
We answered that question. It's because, like I said, it's just because I don't have physically disabilities.
Okay.
I do have mental disability.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up. We've got a lot coming in.
Do you feel like there's been some talk about you and Jenelle breaking up, and then, everything seems like it's fine with you, but people are talking about you guys are going to break up, and then you're saying that there's so much stress in the relationship because of the stuff that people say about you guys and things like that. How do you guys try to keep a normal relationship when everyone is looking?
Well, like I said, I'm a pretty cool-headed person and stuff, and Janelle's been doing this for a long time, Most of the time I just stay out of it. Like, seriously, the times I do go on Twitter is to write about God, because my mom, I do apologize about one of my Ustream sessions because I did use a lot of, vulgarity and stuff, and made some comments about Janelle's exes and stuff. And my mom told me, she's like, you are in a position where people are watching you, and she's like, you've always been a good Christian boy. She's like, how about you say, bring people closer to God, or can see the light through you, and so I'll post something on Twitter about God, or I'll just sit there and let people hate on me and give me a good chuckle for the night, because I really don't understand why some people have so much hate in them. Because the world, seriously, this might sound corny or something, the world would be a lot better place if people just look the other way, or, step down from an argument instead of argue back with somebody, or think with a rational mind instead of holding on to their pride, So, I try to be positive about everything I do. And, if I ever did offend anybody by anything I said, I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you feel like you get a bad name because you're associated with Jenelle?
Tell you the truth, anywhere you're going to go, the more people who notice you, the more people who are going to hate you. So I don't think I'm getting a bad name because of Jenelle. I just think there's a lot more people I have to deal with, so I'm going to get a lot more hate. And that's all it is. I mean, it's just like school. You know, you go to school, not everybody's going to like you, and not everybody's going to hate you. I mean, but the more people there are, the more diversity there's going to be.
Okay, we got a question. How does he feel about dating an atheist? Is Jenelle an atheist?
Yeah, she actually is an atheist, but there's actually a verse in the Bible. It said the people who are non-believers, you know, actually who end up going to and start believing God, usually actually get closer to God, and God even promises a place to people who are non-believers who become believers as high priests in heaven.
Okay, I'm out. Repeat that, please.
It said there's a verse in the Bible where it says for the non-believers, people who absolutely turn away from God and they start to believe, they become closer to God. And God promised those non-believers who become believers as high priests in heaven.
So do you feel like you're making her a believer?
That's not me. I can't make anybody do anything they don't want to. But hopefully, you know, I can influence Jenelle in a positive way where she will start believing God. I mean, whether she hates it or not, she still prays with me every day before a meal. I mean, and I think that's even just a small step to help her see a light, you know?
That's true. Okay, we've got a couple of callers that would like to chime in and ask you a question. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a couple more, though, I think.
Okay. We've got somebody that's been holding for 20 minutes now. 919-772, you're live with Nathan. Do you have a question?
I sure do. I'm Wendy from North Carolina. My first question is with Emery, the situation with her, and with Jenelle being a recovering addict, do you really think it's in her best interest to be in custody of you, also as well as Allison? Do you think she's in the best place with Allison's mother, or should she be with you?
If I guarantee you, if whether Jenelle was a recovering addict or if she was the holiest person on the face of the earth, that family plus Allie would find a reason why she couldn't live down here, why she couldn't be with me, because they've done that my whole life.
So you think you would be a better parent than Allison, and Emery would be better with you?
I don't know who would be a better parent. All I can dictate is my own parenting skills, and I absolutely love my daughter to death. I think she does really good around me, and she doesn't backtalk me, she doesn't yell, she doesn't cry. And when I leave, when I go home for the night and she's staying with my mom, she's screaming at the top of her lungs, "Daddy, Daddy, don't go, Daddy." So, I mean, the girl loves me a lot.
Okay, I believe that. I've seen pictures. My next question is kind of simple. Do you will Allison allow Emery to be on being taped with the next season of Teen Mom 2?
I would never put my daughter in that situation. That's something if she was 11 or 12 years old and she wanted to do something like that, we would have to sit down and talk. But, you know, we can't, before any of this, before even, you know, I was filming with Jenelle. I told her, I said, I don't want Emery a part of this. Allie agreed with me. Her family agreed with me. But yet, that same person who agreed that didn't want my daughter in the spotlight first released her name on Twitter, then released pictures of her on Twitter. Then she released an article to Star Magazine.
Back on that situation, do you have any regret or remorse? Because you were just talking about how your Christianity, and I respect that. But I've seen a picture of Twitter where you and Jenelle both held up the OK magazine and put "Fuck you, Allison." I mean, was that really right? That's the mother of your child, no matter what she's done. And that's the only problem that I have with you. I think that's complete disrespect. Do you have any remorse for that?
And you know what? So I do a lot of things that I regret, you know, and it can't change, you know, it can't change anything because I regret, you know, everything I do. You know, I'm going to commit sin every day, but I'm going to try to learn from my mistakes. And when I did that, you know, whether I was thinking it was, you know, I should have just thought it instead of did it. But, you know, that woman has caused me, and I can't describe how much stress and problems that woman is still causing me. I thought I was done with her. I thought I would only have to go through her parents to see visitation and stuff. But she is still trying to be a part of my life, and I don't understand why.
Okay. See, I'm going through a similar situation with my ex-husband, and that's why I was interested in it.
Hello? Okay. Can you guys hear me?
I think she got cut off.
I think so, too. Okay. Do you feel like at this point you should keep having to answer for the things that have happened between you and Allison, or do you feel like it's time to kind of wipe that slate and start on this relationship?
I've even wrote a Facebook message to her saying how disappointed I was to her. And I said, if there was any way that we could keep a positive relationship for our daughter's sake, I said, I'm more than welcome to do that. But the thing about it is, I don't know what's going through Allie's mind. I know that she, back in the day, she got a portfolio. Yeah, I will. I know when we first got together, she had a portfolio put together. She was taking acting classes. She was taking singing lessons. She was also, you know, trying to be a model, doing part-time modeling up at the place. So I don't know if it's something that she thinks she's going to try to get famous from me. I mean, hell, if she really wanted to respect me, she wouldn't have gone to Leo, who is one of the biggest liars. I've never seen a man that old act so childish in my life, but who goes through great lengths to disrespect, you know, the woman I love, you know, and then my ex-wife is going to go hang out with him. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
There's a lot of things that she's thinking about that I don't know, that she's trying to lay out in place, maybe because she wants to get famous, maybe she hates me for something, maybe she wants to get back with me. But I don't know. That's all I have.
Okay.
Well, and in regards to the last caller, I think that we all do things out of spite or in the heat of the moment, and we regret them, but we can't take them back, like the OK Magazine or whatever. So, exactly. Especially with how bad that relationship is with you guys. So,
I said, I've always tried to stay a positive relationship with her and her family. You know, I try to give them hugs. I try to, how you guys doing? You know, I've always been a polite person, and I don't know. Like I said, my ex-wife just has done many of things that you look and she's like, wow. Or how she says she wants to stay. She just wants all this drama to end. When she wrote on Twitter, okay, then stay out of it. That's easy, right? I'm with a girl who has a little bit, you know, fame to her, and I stay out of most of it. You know, there's some things where one of her ex-boyfriends would say something, I'm just, you know, saying it just to defend her, you know, because, but it's not that hard to just stay out of the drama. It really isn't.
So do you feel like the situation with Leo will ever come to an end?
I don't know. Because the more he does it, the more crazy he looks. So,
it just doesn't look like it's going to stop. I'm kind of wondering why MTV hasn't stepped in yet and been like, hey, dude, you need to shut up.
Hold on. Let me add something.
Okay.
Actually, recently he actually did get a phone call from somebody who represents him, and he says, I'm just trying to expose her. They said, and, this person says, well, Leo, you were lying. A lot of the things, whether it's a lie or not, she needs to be accountable for all her decisions she has made. It sounds like, just like the Mariah situation, it just sounds like a jealous ex. And Leo wasn't even an ex, but, I've heard some of the things he has done for Jenelle. And, but at the same time, Jenelle doesn't owe him anything. He doesn't owe Jenelle anything. It's just these petty little comments, they're just immature. It's just like, hey, I'm going to get my 2 cents in and, makes you feel bad for the rest of the day.
Okay, so they actually did call him. Do you think that anything will come of that? Do you think that he's going to shut his mouth? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Now, somebody on Twitter says, can you please take a picture of all 3 dogs, the Huskies and Jax, and please put a remote control and a piece of paper with the date? Like, these people are serious. Like, you have a whole list of instructions. What do you think about that?
That's what I'm saying. This is shit that, like, Jenelle had to deal with for 4 or 5 years. Who gives a crap? I don't have to prove shit to anybody. And sorry about my language, but I don't. I mean, I did my service. I mean, I've worked multiple jobs. I mean, I'm a part-time model. I played semi-pro. Who cares if it's garage football league? I'm still putting myself out there. I go to the gym every day. I mean, I've done a lot with my life. I don't need to prove anybody to anybody. They can accept me for who I am or they can hate on me. That's how I look at it.
Okay, so where do you see you and Jenelle in 5 years?
Well, hopefully next year, you know, whether she's with MTV or not, we can find a house that we can buy, you know, and get it approved. If she is still with MTV, you know, get approved where they can film that and stuff. If not, you know, we'll probably be married, probably living around where we're currently living, you know, because I like the beach. We talked about, you know, after maybe getting custody over Jace, we talked about moving, you know, so,
Okay, so custody of Jace is definitely in the future then?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
I mean,
what about Emery?
I love that little boy to death. I think he's a sweetheart. He's actually grown a big attachment to me. I mean, he's actually, when he meets new people, you know, I think he looks up to me because he'll hide behind my leg or he'll have me come pick him up. He was crying the other day because Jenelle was leaving after we had him for the weekend, and, you know, I picked him up, calmed him down, but, you know, as soon as we saw Jenelle again, he started crying, like, Jenelle, Mommy, don't leave me. Don't leave me. So I thought it was the cutest thing ever.
Okay, so I'm glad to hear that that's something that you guys are concentrating on for the future. So I have a question. What is the deal with the bathhouse photos? Can you clear that up for everybody once and for all?
What's that?
What's the deal with the bathhouse photos?
Bathhouse.
The gay bathhouse photos.
Well, if people actually did as much research as everybody else did, there was already an article written out that those photos aren't me, and it actually tells the name of the person. Like, one of the guys' name is Cameron, and the other guy's name is Ryan or something.
But
and
this
those
article
were the guys
wasn't
in the photo.
written by Radar Online, was it?
What? No, it wasn't written by Radar Online.
Okay, because we don't believe anything Radar Online says. Okay, so we can get down with sarcasm, but we cannot get down with Radar Online. So, do you guys sell stories? Because we've talked to Courtland, and in the past, we know that there's been, you know, some transactions with sites like Radar and TMZ and things like that in order to get compensation for the information on stuff that goes on in you guys' lives. So is that something that you guys currently participate in, or is that in the past?
No. I mean, we definitely don't. No. And, I mean, if we did stuff like that, I mean, we actually could, you know, get fined by MTV because we're both under contract with them. So, I mean, we don't participate in any of that.
Okay. I know that Jenelle was following it, but did she talk to you at all about the whole Nicole Pollan fake dead baby thing last week?
What's that?
The 16 and pregnant girl that supposedly faked a dead baby. Did Jenelle tell you about that?
Oh, yeah, she talked to me about that. Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What did I think about that? Well, I mean, if she wanted to do that, I mean, whether it's right or wrong, I mean, it's not my opinion. I mean, she wanted, I don't know. Like I said, I mean.
Well, you're coming on here and you're giving us, oh, no, sir. You're coming on here and you're giving us biblical advice, so I expect a straight answer of your opinion. That's
what I'm saying. I mean, I can't. Like I told you, if you want to hear biblical advice, I can't pass judgment on anyone.
Girls that fake dead babies.
I mean, if somebody wants to lie about something, then they can lie about something.
Okay, let me ask you.
Oh, it's wrong. It's wrong for them. Yeah, it is wrong, but I mean,
let me ask you clear. Time out. Do you go to hell for faking a dead baby?
Do you go to hell? I mean, you're lying. I mean, luckily it wasn't that day. I mean, it's a lie, but all sins are forgiven. I mean, even the Bible, I mean, all sins are forgiven. So, like I said, I mean, that's something she has to deal with God. I mean, it's nothing that I can say, well, she shouldn't have done it. I mean, would I have done it? No. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but, I mean, she's living her life. I'm going to live my life.
Right. Okay, now I have a question about Jenelle and her health situation. Everybody knows that she's had a problem in the past with cysts and things like that. Is a family in the future for you guys, and are you guys at all worried about her female issues that she's had?
No, I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay, that's fair. Do you want to have babies later?
Later on, yeah, of course. I mean, I want to have a family with her. I want to get married with her and stuff, but, I mean, but that's everything that we need to talk about. I mean, it's nothing that, I really want to talk about because that's our personal life. Okay, that's fair.
Now, do you feel like since all of the publicity when Leo visited with Allison and all that, do you feel like that's a threat to you personally when the person who probably hates Jenelle more than anyone and then the person that has so much animosity towards you and then they're getting together, what did you guys feel like when that was going down?
Like I said, I really don't care. I mean, if she wants to be friends with him, I mean, she's just making herself look bad. I mean, like I said, the more you talk to me, you'll find out that I really don't care about a lot of things that go on around me. I'm still going to do what I want to do, and everybody else is still going to do what they want to do. I can't influence anybody unless they want to be influenced by me.
Right. Now, just for all of you guys that are holding right now, there are a ton of people that are holding to talk to you. We actually have 87 people on hold. I'm not going to take any more calls from you guys to talk to Nathan because I don't feel like it's a comfortable situation for him, and because there's so many people, it's just up in the air. You never know what these people are going to say, and it's just not nice. So he deals with your tweets and stuff like that all the time. So if you have something mean to say, just tweet it to him, but we're not going to let you say it to him on here, okay? It's just not fair, and that's what we've always been fair, and we're going to be fair to everybody. So do you, when you and Jenelle are going out and you're obviously having a good time, most of the time it's Senor Frogs, are you ever worried that because of the publicity surrounding you and because of, like, Leo having Janelle's license plate number and things like that, are you worried that eventually one of you is going to get pulled over and y'all are going to go to jail for being intoxicated?
No, because, like I said, I don't drive drunk. I already got DWI. I don't drive drunk. If you hear from that Ustream video when it says, "Oh, I'm effing hammered," they asked me in the background, "Oh," they say, "Are you drunk?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm freaking hammered." I was being sarcastic. I mean, I've already been in my fair share of trouble. I'm done getting in trouble.
Okay. So, do you feel like Jenelle gets a fair shake when it comes to people giving her a chance? Because, she's got a lot of haters, but she's also got a lot of supporters. So do you feel like which one outweighs the other one?
Well, if I can say something, I've never had an ex-girlfriend that went over to my family's house, and my mom actually says she's a good girl. She seems like she has a level head. And my mom knows her past and stuff, but my family doesn't pass judgment on anyone without giving them a chance. And they said that Jenelle is the best girl I've ever met in my entire life. Well, I mean, we go hang out with my family. I mean, I go hang out with her family. I mean, yeah, I think, to the most part, I think she does have a lot of haters, but there's a lot of support behind her, too. And the people who have met Jenelle, they'll know that she's one of the coolest chicks ever. I mean, she doesn't cause drama. I mean, she tried to clarify a lot of the drama, but, I mean, she doesn't really start drama. I mean, we don't ever fight, and, I mean, I don't understand that because all of her ex-relationships, she fought with all of them. All my ex-relationships, I fought with every single one of them. And with us, I mean, we don't ever fight. I mean, it's a perfect relationship. Okay.
So, do you feel like not just from your point of view, but from Jenelle's point of view too, do you feel like this is it? you guys are in it forever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like, are you scared to talk to the media? Not really scared, but are you nervous when it comes to talking to the media because you feel like you're going to get hammered?
No, because I really don't have anything, I really don't have anything to hide. I mean, I think that for a person to be strong in this world, that anything you do have to hide needs to be out in the open so people can, look at who you are and what you've been through and stuff like that. I mean, I've been in trouble with the law, but, I got out of it, and that was when I was, younger and, being an idiot and stuff like that. But, all my stuff is out in the open. I'm pretty sure all of Jenelle's stuff is out in the open. Unless it's a lie, like being gay, which is the funniest thing ever. But
how do you feel about that? Because that's something that happens every day.
Oh yeah, I know. Well,
have you ever before you knew Jenelle and before you were in the spotlight, have you ever been accused of being gay in your life?
No. And that's why I thought it was funny because, like, I'm thinking that somebody released because when I was in the military, like, when you're in the military, everybody gets made fun of. It doesn't matter how bad you are or how cool you are, you get made fun of. And, I have a lot of really close friends in the military that I still talk to. And, one of the persons who used to tease me used to call me Gathan all the time. And he's actually one of my good friends who's living down in Florida right now. And that's why I was like, you know what? I said, I would not doubt that he was actually one of the haters on there that started the gay thing rumor, because that's a very unique name. I thought it was hilarious. So, I really never have been accused gay. So, like, literally, like, oh, you're gay. Here's pictures of you're gay.
Around.
I know you're gay. Yeah,
right.
Like, just joking around. And, the funniest thing about it is that my old house, I actually had two gay couples live behind me. And they were friends with they were not really friends, but my mom used to live in the same development and stuff. And, they were really nice guys and stuff like that. And they were talking to my mom, and my mom's like, now you don't get him twisted and start corrupting him, okay? And this gentleman, he said, you know what? He said, of all the guys I've seen, they said, Nathan is the most straightest guy I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be twisted by us.
So, okay. So that's not something that is actually even in real life. That's not an issue for you at all. That's just because you and Jenelle are together and people are hating.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So now I have another question that people, let's see who asked this. You don't have a name. All right. Someone wants to know what kind of church you go to.
I actually, when I was working at timeshare, I couldn't go for like 2.5, 3 months because I worked on Sundays. But before then and currently now, I go to Beach Assembly of God down by Charlotte. So, it's a like, I guess you would kind of call it like a Southern Baptist church.
Okay. My grandfather was a Southern Baptist preacher, so I can get down with that. So do you feel like this will ever die down and that people will ever stop? Like, once you guys get married and then, life seems normal for you guys, is it still going to be like this? Are you still going to be getting hated on? Are people still going to be acting crazy? Is this a never-ending cycle, or will it ever get better in your eyes? Once
Jenelle is off TV, give it about, 2, 3, maybe 4 years, and it will die down like that. But it takes time. Unless you're an awesome singer like Justin Bieber or something like that, you're not going to get a lot of hate. but no, the position she is in right now, the show she's on right now, is going to generate a lot of hate. And that's going to, of course, take time to die down. Because even, like I said, 2 or 3 years from now, she's going to be less noticeable. But, people are still going to notice her. She's probably still going to have, maybe a little bit less followers on Twitter, but, she's still going to get hated on for a while. And like I said, she's been doing a good job, I think, above the adversity.
Is she talking to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
they said you guys aren't on air anymore.
let me check. I show that we are. Tell her just to refresh it, and you should be able to get on. And then anybody that wants to hear it, you can just call in and listen over the phone too. The number is 646-721-9689. We have one person that we've agreed to take a call from because we know this person and she's not going to go crazy. So 520, you are live on the air with Nathan. What is your question?
Hey, Nate. How are you today?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. This is Pepper.
How you doing?
Good. God bless you.
God bless
you say you're a man of God.
Yep.
How can you be a man of God when, you're bashing your baby's mother on Twitter pretty much? Telling her that she's stuck for crack
she's actually if you heard some of the slanderous things she has said about me, whether it was right or not to, go back and bash her.
Yeah.
But, I was just trying to defend myself and, I do feel a little bit bad about it, but I really don't because, that woman has caused me hell since the day I met her. And
won't you feel bad when your daughter hears it?
Right now. What's that?
Won't you feel guilty when your daughter hears this one day?
You know what? My daughter, hopefully, I'm not going to say anything to my daughter about it. Hopefully, my daughter doesn't read about it, and if she does read about it, and my daughter ever came up and asked me, I'll be like, well, that's your mother. You can base your own opinion on how you love your mother, and hopefully you do because she gave you birth. But that doesn't change my opinion on how I feel about her. I mean, if she, why doesn't everybody else say, oh, have you seen the things she said to you? How can you bash the father of your child? But no, everybody calls me a sperm donor and a deadbeat parent. So how do you think that makes me feel?
Yes. I mean, I understand.
Okay, we got time for one more question, Pep.
Okay, I just want to know if you're behind Jenelle and you support her getting Jace back, how can you be okay with her smoking weed? Because that's another thing that would keep her away from him.
No, and you're exactly right because it's illegal. No, I'm totally with you, but when it comes to her parenting skills, she's not around Jay smoking weed, and I make sure of that for a fact. And I make sure that that's, to her mom. That's a fact. And
but she
she's
still does
a wonderful parent. Well, you know what, like I said earlier before, I'd rather her, whether it's illegal or not, I'd rather her calm down by smoking weed than getting addicted to prescription drugs and acting like a lunatic because she's withdrawing from prescription drugs or maybe even possibly relapse back to heroin. I mean,
well, drug users shouldn't use any drugs or they will relapse.
She shouldn't.
Alcohol,
you're absolutely right,
marijuana, anything.
You're absolutely right. But you know what? Like I said, the shit she deals with that a lot of people doesn't see, she is human. She does have feelings. I do hear her cry every now and then. I mean, the shit she deals with from all the haters on Twitter, if she wants to calm down, whether it's by me, whether it's, going away from me and doing whatever the hell she is, granted that it's not hardcore drug because, like I said, I wouldn't put it up with that. But
if Twitter is affecting her life that much that she has to smoke weed to escape, why doesn't she deactivate?
Twitter is just, dealing with, other people around her, dealing with, the situation, with custody. It's a lot of things. Nobody's going to do something just based off of, one thing. There's a lot of things that add on to people's life that stresses them out. And some people, cope with stress, better than other people. Like I said, and one day we've talked about it before, that she promised me up and down that, it has died down a lot from, smoking weed and stuff like that. But, she is going to quit. She doesn't want to do it for the rest of her life. She knows that, it's not good.
All right, Pep, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so we appreciate you coming on today, calling in, and giving us your side of it. Regardless of what anybody thinks at the end of the day, there are two sides to a story, sometimes three, and you don't have the whole story unless you're hearing all of it. So no matter if you like Nathan and Jenelle or you don't like them, that's okay, because this is one side of the story that you haven't heard, and we appreciate the fact that Nathan called in and gave that to us. Do you have anything that you want to add?
Yeah,
What?
isn't that the girl who made up the gay articles about me in the first place? She said that was Pepper.
We'll ask her.
So she's actually the one who made up all the gay articles about me in the first place.
I think that Pepper definitely had a hand in. I definitely think Pepper had a hand in making sure that people found out that was being said. But I don't think she was the one that concocted the whole thing, because we know who concocted the whole thing, and that wasn't Pepper.
Me and Jenelle got into a disagreement because, she posted a picture of Channing Tatum. And I said, baby, that's not me. She's like, that's strictly in a hotel. And she swore up and down because she's like, that looks exactly like you. I'm like, baby, that's not me. I said, I've never taken a picture. Nobody's ever taken a picture like me like that. And then she found out that it was Channing Tatum. And like I said, I mean.
Were you flattered?
Who wouldn't be flattered?
Okay, thanks. I just wanted you to say that. Okay, Hallie has a question for you.
I just want to know, after Teen Mom goes away, what is Jenelle planning to do with her life?
We actually, she's actually got to start going back to Millermont and stuff like that. There was a couple of things she had to do before she started this semester, but next semester she's definitely trying to get into Millermont and going back to school and stuff, and actually trying to be a surgical technician.
Okay.
So she didn't get to go to school this semester, and she'll be starting in the spring?
What's that?
So she didn't get to start school this semester, right? But she'll be starting probably in the spring?
Yes. There was just a few things that we had to take care of, especially on my side, why she couldn't attend this semester, and we just planned on it, that if she jumped in right away because the cutoff date was getting really close, that she would be all discombobulated and stuff. So we want to plan ahead and put aside money, and of course, to pay for it and stuff, so she can do it the right way, so she's not stressed out about it.
Okay. So does filming interfere with? I'm sure that you guys have to take time out for that thing. So is that something that is kind of getting in the way of what she's trying to do right now?
I don't think so. I mean,
obviously that's paying the bills, not all the time, but that's paying the bills, so it's important. But is that something that is kind of helping her, making it easier for her not to do it now? Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, if she really wanted to get into the fall semester, she could have. But we both agreed that wouldn't be a smart decision.
Okay.
Especially, like I said, a lot of stuff coming on my half of the relationship that we need to put forth so we have a future, where she can go to school and not be stressed out about working or doing this. And so
you're trying to get your stuff all squared away so that while she's in school, she doesn't have to worry about the bills and things like that, and you're taking care of all of that, and she's just going to school.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there anything that you would like to say to people that use Twitter specifically, not just like they do it sometimes, but people that have accounts that are specifically aimed at being mean to Jenelle?
Like bully accounts?
Yeah.
Well, they actually have commercials for bullying, and it's not fun. I've actually had a friend commit suicide in high school because he was bullied. So, I mean, if people really want to put it on their conscience that, I know Jenelle would never, ever think about suicide, but if they really want to bully people and put people down to make themselves feel better, it's actually a serious situation, because when I was, and this is my personal life, but I'll share it with everybody, and everybody can make fun of me if they want to. When I was in 6th through 8th grade, I was made fun of. I got made fun of by the kids who got made fun of.
Why did they make fun of you?
Because I had a really bad lisp when I was younger. And, I used to say my name, Nathan Griffith. And, I had a speech impediment.
Cute.
Yeah, it's fun. It is. And,
it's kind of adorable.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you guys hate Nathan, but I'm sorry. That was pretty cute.
So I actually I told my mom that I wanted to commit suicide and stuff. And so anyway, she actually let me live with my sister for a little bit, and I went to private school, and my life got a lot better.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is stop bullying Jenelle.
People, they're not going to listen to me. I mean, but it's not cool. I just wish they put themselves in her shoes, or, you know, when they get made fun of, or they feel in an awkward position, or, you know, that they don't feel comfortable in, would they really be making fun of somebody if they were the ones being made fun of?
Okay. So basically, if you wouldn't like it done to you, don't do it to someone else.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the golden rule?
Yeah, it is.
What's the golden rule? Treat others how you want to be treated?
That's right. Okay, well, we appreciate you coming on with us, Nathan. If you have anything else that you'd like to add, feel free to call back in. And we're going to continue on with the show, and we'll see if Allie calls in and what she has to say.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks for calling.
Jen.
Yep, thank you.
Well, that was nuts.
Somebody tell me you expected that. Just please tweet us and tell us that you thought that was going to happen. So
we were getting tweets saying, you guys said it wasn't Nathan. Well, we didn't know it was.
Right, because that wasn't the plan. The plan was to have Allie on, and Allie was supposed to, she was scheduled to call in. She was actually scheduled to call in 36 minutes ago. So I'm guessing that when Allie called in at the time that she was supposed to call in, that she heard Nathan talking. And I'm kind of probably sure, y'all like that, don't you? Kind of probably sure that she didn't like it when she heard Nathan talking, and that she really wasn't interested in having a bout with him over the radio. And maybe that was the whole point of Nathan calling in. But we can get Allie's side of the story whenever she's ready to give it to us. Allie, I do have your number up ready for the switchboard, so whenever you call in, we're here to talk to you about it. Let's take this caller and see what they have to say. How we've got 501-350 Arkansas. Hey.
Hey, I was actually just listening to the show.
Okay.
But,
what? You have a question, or do you want to put you back?
Well, I just have to say that I totally agree with Nathan. I mean, the Jenelle bullying, it just goes too far. I mean, there's a fine line between, you know, calling someone out on their bull crap and, you know, basically telling her to commit suicide and things like that.
And see, the accounts that I'm talking about are not the ones that people, you know, that it's their normal account and they just want to say something to her, because by all means, if you have something to say it. But I'm talking about the ones that are specifically made to talk to her and to be mean to her. So I just wanted to know how you felt about that. And I'm not even saying that those people don't have a right to say how they feel, but at some point, you know, it'll get old, but if it never got any attention, it wouldn't be being done. So that's that plays on both sides.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
You want us to put you back on so you can listen?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Thanks.
So that is how I feel. I feel like everyone has a right to say and do whatever they want to do. God knows there's plenty of Heather Klaus hate accounts, and I don't want you to shut those down. Please continue to do that. But when it comes to, you know, those accounts, if they weren't getting any attention, then they wouldn't be there. I'm not going to sit and tweet 500 freaking times if nobody's going to retweet me or talk to me or any of that. So, I mean, it's being fueled by not just the people that also hate Jenelle, but by the people that that are talking to them that like her, the ones that see the hate tweets and they're like, don't talk about Jenelle, blah, blah, blah. You're not helping. All you're doing is making them want to do it more. So, I mean, if you don't want them to be around, don't feed into them. And that, you know, that's life. So what were you thinking whenever I texted you, Hallie? Because Hallie remember I told you guys at the beginning that Hallie wasn't on with me and that she was taking care of some business. So I text Hallie And I said, Nathan and Jenelle are on the effing phone. And so, of course, she calls in immediately so that we can, do this together. What were you thinking when you got that text?
Well, what happened is I stopped taking care of my business and immediately called because I didn't really believe you.
Shut up. Whatever.
I mean, I'm still trying to understand what just happened. And I know everybody's mad because they may or may not like Nathan, but I think it's really cool that we got to talk to him.
I mean, the fact is that, just like we tell you guys all the time, when something happens and we're going to report on it, then we're going to get as much information as possible. So it's not just going to be a one-sided story that you get from us, and we're going to reach out to the party that's involved and ask them their opinion of what's going on. We always do that. So we have reached out to Jenelle many times. We've reached out to Nathan many times. Nathan actually talked to us more than Jenelle does, but we asked him if he'd like to come on the show before, and he said maybe, and we haven't talked about it since. So that wasn't something that we were expecting at all, and I don't want you guys to think that we misled you. We did not tell you who was coming on the show specifically so that this did not happen, and you guys didn't want to listen when I said shut your trap because she's going to get bullied and she's not going to end up calling, but you didn't want to listen. My name is Smarty for a reason, and I know what the hell I'm talking about. So the reason I didn't say it was because I knew this was going to happen. But you guys ended up getting one side of the story that you haven't heard yet, so it didn't all crash and burn, but we didn't end up getting that side of the story because obviously we didn't get a call from Miss Allison. So
I have a question for you, which may not be a smart question, but I'm just wondering, how did you know it was Nathan calling?
Well, because when he first called, I told him he was bullshit, and you can play that back, whenever the show is over so that you can hear that, but when he first called, I do like I do with everybody. And at first I was like, this is really going to suck because I have 30 minutes of airtime that I have to fill before Allison calls in, but I don't have Hallie to help me. So I was kind of like, shit, I'm just going to have to sit here and talk about, all the stuff that's been going on with Teen Mom. And so I did one story about Devon and him being arrested and all of his bond and all that, and I decided to take a call. So I took the first call in the queue, and I did the thing where I say the number and asked them their name and, what they wanted to talk about, and he said that it was him. And I was like, you're full of shit, and your area code is not his area code was. And he was like, no, it's me. And I was like, okay, well, tell Jenelle to say hi. And he told Jenelle to say hi, and then she was laughing. And, over the years, we've heard her talk and laugh enough that we knew that it was her. So that's when I sent you the text, and I was like, hey, they're on the phone. They're on the effing phone. So, but, that's how that happened.
Yeah, and you guys may not realize, but like Smarty said, we've reached out to them many times, and this was the first time that we've gotten to actually talk to them in length. So I think it's kind of cool.
I think it's definitely cool. And let's see how much time we have left. There's stupid messages at the top of the screen. It won't tell me how much time. I'm going to go with about 45 minutes. So what do you say we, since we still don't have Allison in the queue, how about we talk to Courtland? Y'all want to do that?
I would love to talk to Courtland.
Okay, I'm going to text him the call-in number so that he can click on it, and we should be talking to him in just a minute. Okay, 646.
Which is kind of funny because didn't we get a ask question that said I have a lady boner for everyone?
Yes. Somebody asked if Hallie has a lady boner for everybody that comes on the show. Let's just take a pause right there, and I want to know, tweet us if you know, what is a lady boner and exactly what's sticking out, because I'm not comfortable with it. She's my best friend, and I don't want to be around her if this is something that I was flabbergasted, y'all. And
that's not nice.
I mean, but would you want to be sitting next to me if I had this boner thing?
Well, I don't have anything sticking out.
I mean, I know you don't, and I know you don't have this lady boner, but if that's something that I had, would you want to be with me?
No, but
Okay.
I think that the thing is, as we've talked about, you're the tough one and I'm the nice one. So it just comes off that way, maybe.
I think that tough is that's being real nice. So Team I Don't Give a F says that we are lame. How about we don't give an F either? So you're lame because you took the time to tweet us. Suck it. Okay, on to the next person. Jennifer Duncan says Smarty for president. You know, Jennifer, that's actually not a bad idea. We won't go into that, but it's not a bad idea. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying.
Guys, can I be vice president?
Let's take 1 second to say something nice about one of our followers. We have a follower, and her name is Noelle, and she is currently doing a project for school. So Noelle has started a Teen Mom blog that she has to keep up with for a time, and if you go to her website, then you'll be able to find it. On Twitter, she is Crazy Cool Chick, and crazy is with 2 I's, CRAZII, Cool Chick. And then her blog is thatcrazycoolchick.com. And crazy is spelled regular, thatcrazycoolchick.com. Okay, so
she said we rock and she loves us. So we love you too.
We do rock, and I'm glad that you love us, and we love you too.
And also, Where's Courtney B, our favorite account, just tweeted us and said that we are going to need his permission if we want his client on there. Manager face.
How about you're going to need our permission if you want to talk to Courtney B? So if you want to talk to your client, then you call in and talk to us. And you said that you couldn't call in last time, but now you can go to the show page, and at the top there's a Skype button, and you can click the Skype button and make a free call to us. So anywhere you are in the whole wide world, if you want to call in to the Real Teen Mom Talk Live, just click on the Skype button, and it will connect you automatically with your Skype account to us for a free call. Holler.
Well, he said that we should do a segment on the mysterious manager face.
Okay, well, ask him. Well, never mind. I guess I'm asking him. Manager face, would you like to come on maybe next week or the week after so that you can have some time with your client?
Because you probably should.
We are waiting for Courtland to get into the queue right now, and then we will take some questions. You guys love Courtland, don't you?
Melissa Gomez, we're trying to get a hold of Courtland.
Courtland has already said that he's calling in. We're just waiting for his call to become clickable so that we can get him in the queue. Let's see. Christina says that she missed our show today, and she must listen later to the beep that comes out of Nathan and Jenelle's mouth. Christina, that is not nice. Be a nice girl today. Today is Friday, and you're supposed to be happy. Oh, on my personal Twitter, which I don't share with you guys because I'm not a nice person, and if you tweet me on my personal page and you talk shit, then I will talk shit back to you. I'm nice to you on the Real Teen Mom Talk because I have to, but that's why I don't share my personal page. But anyway, so on my personal page today, I shared a story about my childhood, and I just thought that it was a Happy Friday story. It turned out that not very many people thought that it was happy, but when I was a little kid, my dad is a contractor, and he, builds, schools and $1 million homes and things like that, right? So one time when I was little, I was, in second grade, and he comes home from one of his job sites, and he brings me a baby cottontail rabbit. So I'm freaking out. This is the greatest day of my life as an 8-year-old, and I named this little baby rabbit Hoppy, right? No, I'm sorry. I named the rabbit Hippie Hoppy because I'm cool. So I'm laying down on the couch, and I have the rabbit, and he's sitting on my chest, and I'm petting him, and this is the coolest thing, right? Well, I fall asleep watching TV petting the bunny. Well, the bunny naturally hops off my chest, off the couch, and goes to find somewhere that's warm. Well, the bunny ended up under the refrigerator, and I woke up and couldn't find my bunny, and I was crying, and my dad couldn't find it. And within a couple of days, it really started to stink in our house. And so,
no.
Yes, and so my dad had to go about locating the cause of the odor, and when he moved the refrigerator, there was bunny hair, y'all. So, hippie hoppy, rest in peace under the refrigerator. Sorry about it.
Noelle is letting us know that Ashley Salazar is already writing articles about Nathan, speaking to us.
Let me talk about Ashley Salazar. Time the hell out, y'all. Since I know that you're listening and you're just a mere miles away from me, we could actually meet up and have this conversation in person. And, I mean, I'll buy you coffee or whatever. The fact of the matter is that I have a bone to pick with Ashley Salazar. I have a really great friend. I won't tell you her name because I don't want you guys tweeting her because she's already had enough about it from Ashley. But little Miss Ashley found Hallie and I's friend on, was it Twitter or was it on Instagram, Hal? Instagram, right?
It was on Twitter.
It was on Twitter, but it was a photo that she had posted from Instagram?
It was I think it was like her profile picture or whatever.
Okay, well, anyways, so she looks at the picture of our friend, and she doesn't even know this chick, okay? I know I'm getting all upset. Hold on. Okay, so
well, it's okay to get upset because she's the nicest girl ever.
So she doesn't know our friend at all, has never even met her, never even laid eyes on her in person, and she proceeds to tweet my friend and tell her that she's too fat to be at, where was it? She
said.
No, they were drinking a milkshake, and she told them that she was too fat to be drinking the Coke, whatever, it should be a diet and all this, and then it keeps on going, and she tells our friend that she's too fat to be at Cheesecake Factory. Like, she was relentless. She didn't even, and this is just a normal person, y'all. Ashley, if you want to talk shit to the teen moms, you be my guest. But the next time you talk to one of my friends, please believe that I will knock on your door. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. But I will knock on your door. I live close enough to you that I can write it down, take a message, do whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you now, you better keep your nasty comments to yourself when it comes to real life people and feelings that you're hurting. The teen moms don't like it. Brianna doesn't like it. And that's Teen Mom 3. These are new girls that you're already pissing off. Brianna doesn't like it. Who else doesn't like it? Alex doesn't like it. Katie doesn't like it. Mackenzie doesn't. None of these girls like you, okay? You're only building a bad name for yourself. You call yourself a journalist, and all you are is a hater, okay? I've got a big problem. I think you guys probably know that by now, and I'm redheaded pissed. Somebody should not have said Ashley Salazar. So whoever tweeted that, Ashley, you can thank that person. But that's what I think about your little stank ass. Hallie, you can take over. I need a second.
Okay. I am just going through our tweets right now. Oh, goodness. Somebody asked if we could give a shout-out to Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month and ask the listeners to go to ovarian.org. So you should do that.
It is retweet that, please? Can you retweet that, please?
Website?
Yeah.
Yes, I
whatever
can.
the tweet that they sent with that, just retweet that so that everybody can do that. Angie wants to know who Salazar is. We're talking about Ashley Salazar, the girl that Alex says is an extra. She appeared on 16 and Pregnant, and since then she has written a book, and she blogs about Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant and attacks just normal, regular people on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so I'm done with that. Let's go and talk to Courtland so that we can get happy.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Melissa Gomez says it's her birthday, and it's the best birthday present that we talked about her. So happy birthday, Melissa, and we think you're awesome, too.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
Dustin Sullivan followed us. Is that a fake account?
I think that's the parody account.
Yeah, there's a parody of Leo now, too.
That doesn't surprise me. Courtland just texted me and said, am I supposed to be calling in? You already said that you were calling, fool. I swear. Hold on. Let me get him the number again. You're such a dude. I swear.
Okay, and I just got a text from our friend Courtney, and it has a picture, and it's not a picture that I will share with anybody, but she said, I think this is a lady boner, and I'll text that to you.
Is it gross? Because you don't have to.
It's gross.
Don't
but
do it.
Really
don't do
funny.
it.
And we love you, Courtney.
Mrs. Southern, I do not appreciate the picture of the lady boner. And Hallie Faye, if you send that to me, we're going to have a problem. I do not want to see that lady boner. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. We are waiting on Courtland, so let's take a call. We've got 513-413. What is your name and where are you from? Hello? See? Don't be scared to talk. I hate it when that happens. You're totally there, and we can hear you, and then you hang up. This person's been on for an hour. They're probably just listening, but just in case. 407-873. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Caitlin from Florida.
Hey, Caitlin, do you have a question?
Yeah, this is one for earlier. I was wondering, did Jenelle ever get the papers for her miscarriage?
The ciscarriage, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the paperwork for that?
We haven't seen the paperwork. Jenelle, if you're listening, she would like to see the paperwork for the miscarriage.
Please.
Please. Okay, you want me to put you back on so you can listen?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Peyton just tweeted us and said, I thought Pepper was supposed to call in. Pepper did call in.
Peyton, Courtland says we won't talk to him, but you're not in the queue, buddy.
Courtland, we want to talk to you.
We're waiting on you.
But Peyton doesn't want to hear from Courtland, but a lot of other people do.
Hold on. I have to tell him to press 1. He should know that, though. I added fool on the end because I think that's a cool word to start using again. So yesterday I called Jim fool, and today I'm calling Courtland fool. And anybody else, if you text me, I'm ending everything I say shit. I'm ending everything I say today with fool, damn it.
Well, where is Cordy B? Said, please ask Cordy his T-shirt size and to DM me his address so I can mail out his new clothes. Custom Cordy face.
I don't know if Courtland's going to DM you his address. I don't know. Maybe Courtland needs to get a P.O. box because Courtland barely even gave us his phone number the first time he called in. Like, he almost backed out of the interview because I said, I need your phone number so that when you show up in the switchboard, I'll know that it's you. And he was like, I don't know about that. I was like, dude, you have to. I'm not going to stalk you. I don't care. I'm not going to call you. So, and then we ended up talking and texting anyway because I'm nice and he is nice. And y'all say that we take up for him, but we don't really take up for him. Anybody that's nice to us, we're nice to you. If you're not nice to us, then we're not nice to you. I mean, I'm not nice to you. Hallie is.
I'll probably be nice to you.
If you say something crappy to us on Twitter and you get a reply, it's probably going to be from Hallie.
Well, in all honesty, though, Courtland is a really nice guy.
He really is.
So, you can think what you want, just like you can think what you want about Nathan.
I caught your ass. What are you doing, Courtland?
What's up?
Baby!
What's up, y'all?
So, were you listening to that earlier?
No, hell no. I don't want to hear any lies.
He said he doesn't want to hear any lies. So,
hell no.
Nathan says that he has pictures of Jenelle beaten to a bloody pulp. Have you seen these pictures?
What?
Yeah, I mean,
hell, I've never seen. The only picture that even the state has on file is a little teeny bruise on her cheek from where it looks like she popped a pimple.
You kill me, I swear.
Dude, this is crazy as hell. Like,
so you heard the part about her being scared that you were going to murder her?
No, somebody had told me there was like a video clip or something about that, and I was like, what the? I couldn't believe that.
So, basically in the thing he says that Nathan says that Leo was going to get you out of jail so that you could go and murder Jenelle. So,
are you serious?
Yes, of course I'm serious. So, of course, we asked him about that today, and he, I asked him, I was like, are you serious? Like, is she really worried that Courtland would come and murder her? And he says, yes.
What the hell? Oh, my God. Do I look like a murdering type?
Well, Smarty and I have had a conversation about this, and we decided that we don't think that you would hurt a fly. So...
Hell no, I never even hit her. Like, I swear to God on Jaja's life, and I would never put something on my daughter's life like that. I never even touched her. Like, the only reason I took those charges because, unfortunately, my past record, my lawyer told me that they were going to hit me with some type of thing anyway because of my past record and being who she is and always walking and how Dustin gets her off of everything with, like, a slap on the wrist. And he was like, the best way to do it would just be to plead out and they'll give you a little, like, unsupervised probation term, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's crazy because I didn't want to tell my record, but, like, I was just listening to what my lawyer said, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's crazy.
So she has unsupervised probation, and you have supervised probation?
Yeah, I take 4 drug tests a month, and they're random. Like, one of them I know when it is, but the other 3, they're just random. Like, last week I took 2 in the same day, you know what I mean? Like, just so I guess they can try to catch, you know what I mean? But I don't have anything to worry about because I'm sober, but, like, mine are random. They don't even tell me. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so we have some people that want to talk to you. You want to talk to some of your fans?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so we have 919-720. What is your name and where are you from?
Victoria and Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey, Victoria, what's your question?
I just want to know what Courtland's doing. If he's doing anything to tailor to get more, being able to see Jaja more, because I think he should be able to now that he's clean.
Yes, I'm working on it with my attorney right now. It's a process we have to go through. It's a whole other type of court systems I've never been involved with, so I'm new to it all. But I've already got my lawyer working on what he needs to do to start it off, and all I had to do was make sure my child support was caught up to date, which it is. So he's like, I guess he's pursuing the next step, whatever it would be. I go see him on Monday to find out more. So on Monday I'll be able to tell y'all more about the situation.
Well, I hope that you...
Go ahead, sweetie.
I hope that you're able to get more visitation with Jaja because she needs her dad.
Oh my God, I know, dude. It really, literally breaks my heart. Like, I hate this. It's not cool at all. Like, it sucks to even have to go this far, you know?
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. I love your show.
Thank you.
Put me back on so I can still listen.
Okay, we got you. Okay. We've got somebody that's been holding for a while to talk to you, like the whole time that we were waiting on you to call in. They've been waiting. So we've got 843-373. What is your name and where are you from?
Hey, guys, it's Noelle.
Hi, Noelle.
Hi.
What's up, Noelle?
Hi, Courtland.
Hey.
I just want to say that I think it's great that you're maintaining this positive outlook right now and that you are fighting to get custody of your daughter because that is really important. Not to mention, like, you're not just letting all this drama and crap bring you down. So good job and keep your head up.
Thank you so much. For real.
You want to listen?
You're welcome. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, Courtland, you sound like you're bummed. Why are you bummed?
It's just been a long day. I mean, I started out with, I was honestly just trying to get the rest of Jenelle stuff out of my life. Like, she's got a bunch of stuff that I know at the time when we were together meant a lot to her, a bunch of clothes that she actually, loved to death. And I found him whenever I went by my mom's to pick up Gucci earlier, and I found him. And I was just trying to be civil, you know. And I hit her on Twitter because I don't have her phone number. She doesn't follow me. I can't privately DM her. Like, I had to do it publicly, unfortunately. But, like, she just bummed me out. How she just, I don't know, I was trying to be nice and, like, give her her stuff. I mean, I'm just going to donate them. I mean, I don't even know. Like,
you're breaking up, Courtland. We can't hear you. Okay, guys, we're waiting on Courtland to call back in because his call just dropped. So, Courtland, as soon as you call back in, we'll be ready to put you on the phone. Let's see. We have got so many people that are on hold right now that want to talk to Courtland. So, Courtland, hurry up and call back, and we'll get you back on the line. Hallie, what do you think that's normal that, you know, they're married, even though they're estranged at this point, they're still married, and he's got some things that he would like to get back to her. So do you think that that's acceptable for him to contact her and say, hey, I've got some stuff that you probably want. I'm going to drop it off at your mom's house? I don't think she heard my question. Okay, but we have Courtland back on. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. So I was just telling Hallie that I don't think that's reasonable.
Yeah. Why are you using a permanent marker?
843-373. What's your name and where are you from?
Am I back in the queue again?
Okay, we're going to let her be back in the queue because she doesn't know she's on. Let's go to the next person. 843, you are live with Courtland. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, this is Nathan again, Janelle's boyfriend.
Oh, man.
Hey, so I have a few questions for you, Courtland.
Oh, really? What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Not much. So the first question was, did she ever have miscarriage?
Do what?
Did she ever have a miscarriage?
What? I mean, why don't you ask her that, Nathan? You're sitting right beside her.
I know, but you're telling everybody she didn't have a miscarriage. I just want the truth. That's all I'm looking for. I mean, because obviously she showed me papers from Onslow Memorial Hospital and the text message that you sent to Gary begging her to please come in, that you guys...
Where's the papers she showed you? Can you show them to me? Let me see this paperwork you're talking about.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's easy.
All right, cool. Well, then it shouldn't be that hard to send them to me, then.
And then, so the next question is: you never laid your hands on her.
No, never in a million times in a million years. I would never put my hands on any female. Period.
Then why were the cops called that day when you guys were fighting and you told them the heroin was in the car?
Why were the cops called?
Why did the cops come to your guys' place?
Because her mom called the cops.
Okay, then why do you also press domestic violence charges against her when she hit you with a train track in the shin?
With the what?
She hit you with a piece of, like, a train track, something like a toy train or something.
Who said it was a train? It was a
you
chair.
pressed domestic violence against her, too. So, I mean, obviously it seems like there was a lot of domestic violence, whether it was from her half or your half, but it seems like you both were being physical with each other.
No, not at all. Man, you got all that wrong, and of course you're gonna take your little girlfriend's side and all, but
I'm not taking anybody.
I think what you need to do. Hold on, hey,
Let each other talk.
I think that you should probably what's best for you, my friend, since you're like especially religious and stuff. You should know this. Like, you should probably just stay out of like what's left of our marriage until we're fully divorced. Like, you're already fucking
doing like an alienation of affection, which is against the law in the state of North Carolina.
No, I try to do that with my wife too.
And the stuff you accused me of, and like,
what is that?
I mean, like, I could get you for like slander if I was a little police guy, but I'm not, because I know I'll have the last laugh in the end. But like, I mean, why do you have to like get involved in like all this stuff? Like, you're already with my ex-wife or my wife, but my soon-to-be ex. Like, I care less what y'all do with y'all's life and stuff, but like, why do you have to get involved, man? Like, for real. And why didn't you say anything like this to my? Why didn't you say anything like this to my face when I seen you that one day in person? Like,
because to tell you the truth, I didn't want to go to jail that day.
You didn't what?
Like I said, I didn't want to go to jail that day. I'm not like people who think
going to jail is cool. What would you
to
jail for? You can't be a man and just like man up and talk to my face like in person instead of in front of the whole world. Like, are you serious, bro?
The one time I did want to go, you already left because you didn't want to see. Because I couldn't bear what they did to Jenelle. I was actually planning on coming up and talking to you, but regardless of that situation, about alienation of affair and stuff, you guys are separated. In North Carolina, all you guys have to do is live in 2 separate addresses. That's it. I did the same thing with my ex-wife and filed for a divorce. It's pretty simple.
So does it count?
She could file a divorce for bed and board.
You're completely wrong right now, my friend.
If he was in jail, does that time count since they weren't spending time apart because they chose to?
Yes, it does count. And if you're in jail for more than 30 days, you can file a divorce for bed and board, which I tried to do to my ex-wife, but she was in there for 28 days. So, I mean, yeah, they do kind of have to wait for a year for the divorce to be finalized. But, I mean, at the time she said that she doesn't and me about me being involved when you're directly contacting her on Twitter and making everything public and constantly tweeting about her name, you got me involved now. Because you're starting to affect our relationship.
Bro. Like, I don't even know you, and you know nothing about me. All you know is what Jenelle tells you. And, like I tried to just tell you again, I'm going to tell you one more time. Like, between me and her, what we have is our business. I don't care if she's your girlfriend. It's my fucking wife, bro. Like, beat that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? And that ain't something because I wish to God I would have never fucking married her. But I'm going to tell you what, you can have her, but you need to stay out of what we have left until it's finalized. Like, that's our business, bro. Like, that ain't me and your business.
High 24/7, shooting up heroin 24/7. That was your relationship.
I'm high. When we were together, yeah, we were.
Exactly.
Definitely.
So that's not a relationship, buddy. If you got married being high, I mean, fuck. Most of you weren't in the right state of mind.
It doesn't matter what it was, bro. It doesn't matter what it was.
You guys don't
are you
have
serious?
anything.
Is that you laughing? It sounds like a fucking chipmunk. Is that you or your fucking dog? You are like, dude, you need to just stick to guys, bro. Like, you're straight fucking stupid as hell. You need to get up off my shit.
Hey, what's your education, buddy? Do you even finish high school?
I can't hear anything.
When people can't communicate with reason, they start calling people names because they're actually unintelligent.
What name did I call you?
I mean,
all I said was
you just said
fucking stick with guys, bro. I didn't call you any names.
You just called me fucking dumb because you can't say anything else. There's nothing to say about me.
Are you serious, dude?
If I'm so fucking
dumb,
I would be shooting heroin like you guys were. I mean, that's pretty fucking stupid if you ask me.
First off, addiction ain't something to play around with, so don't sit here and joke around with it, bro. It's like not cool at all. Second off, I've gotten sober now. Has your girlfriend gotten sober? Has my wife gotten sober? I don't fucking know. I don't care.
What are you talking about? You don't even sound sober right now.
You did what?
Let him go, Hallie.
Yeah, dude.
This isn't gonna help.
I'm about to hang up because this dude's stupid as hell.
Yeah, this doesn't help.
Take your ass back to the dudes, bro. That's all I gotta say for you. That's my advice. Hope you have a nice day, buddy.
Yep, you too.
Okay. So, that was crazy. Nathan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so I believe that our call with Courtland is still with us. Okay, so Nathan, basically in that conversation you said that he was stupid because they were shooting up.
I didn't call anybody stupid, but when you can't communicate with people without calling them names, obviously you don't have anything to say to them intelligent. That's why I was raised in my family. you shouldn't call people names. I mean, because that just shows that you're angry. It shows that you're upset or that you're losing a conversation.
Am I still on the phone right now?
Yes.
You called me a crackhead, and you said that me and your ex have something in common. What does that mean? You're calling names right there, along with all the other shit you've called. Do I need to retweet this shit and quote it back to you, bro?
You totally misinterpret what I said about that. I said, I've been with an addict before, and when you're looking for the next high, whether who it is, regardless of the person, you're gonna be
you said you like to
down the
suck
stairs.
dick for crack like my ex does. What are you talking about? That's exactly how you worded it, bro. Like,
you're talking about Twitter. Yeah, because you were calling me gay and stuff like that. If you want to actually go into slander and stuff like that, actually Jenelle told me that she met the guy who you gave head to for drugs.
I gave head to somebody for drugs.
That you calling me gay?
My family don't sit here and brag, but that's the last thing I would ever have to do for any type of drug. I get much, man, and that's beyond the point. Like, that's just ridiculous.
Okay, we've got Nathan back in the queue to hold with us so that we can talk to you, Courtland, and if Nathan is still there when we're finished with the conversation, then we're glad to let him come back on and talk to us or whatever. But it gets to the point where, like Hallie's saying, it's not something that we feel like is good for your situation right now. Had we known that was going to happen, then we wouldn't have done that. We thought that was just another person. So
we're all about supporting Courtland's recovery, so we don't want to.
And Courtland just finished telling us, I'm not sure if you were listening at that point, Nathan. He is still holding, so hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to him again. But Courtland just finished telling us that he does 4 drug tests a month. One of them he knows the data of, 3 of them are random, and he's drug tested 4 times a month. So he can't be shooting up right now. And I understand that, everything that you hear from Jenelle, but as a man, you have to understand that you're getting her side of the story and her side of the story only. So since this was an opportunity for you to be able to talk to Courtland one-on-one, we kind of have to hope that if that happens again, that you guys would be able to just have a conversation. But I have to say, at the end of the day, what Courtland said, I have to stand by, because whether that's your girlfriend or your friend or whatever she is to you, that is his wife. And you have to respect that. He is married to her. Courtland, what do you have to say? Are you driving fast? Courtland.
Did we lose him?
Yes, he just hung up after he was driving fast. Okay. So I'm going to text Courtland, and we're going to go back on with Nathan. Nathan, what do you have to say?
No, I totally agree what you were saying. But at the same time, if you want both sides of the story, the biggest demon everyone has is being truthful with themselves. I mean, whether Jenelle hit him, whether Courtland hit him, it was a volatile, situation both of them were in, and they needed to be out of it. Being apart from each other was the best solution for both of them. I was in the exact same relationship where we just didn't click. It was like, it was just like a volcano hitting a hurricane. It just doesn't work. And, like I said, I'm more than welcome to hear his side of the story. But at the end of the day, yes, you are exactly right. Jenelle, I'm going to be in Janelle's back corner.
We expect that from you. But with a religious background, take yourself out of it, and what do you think your mom would tell someone else who was in that situation to do? If someone came to her for counseling and they said, hey, I'm dating this girl and she's married and we live together, and what would your mom say to just that?
My mom actually asked me that the other day when my daughter was down. They said, but you do have to see that you are committing adultery, you are this. I said, Mom, they weren't married in a church. It was a piece of paper. I said they weren't in the right state of mind, so it couldn't have been under God. I said the only thing I'm going to say is that if anybody wants to be married, I'm married to that woman under God's eyes. And, she is going to be my future wife, and I'm going to take care of her because she's a great girl. I thank Courtland for giving me an opportunity like this. But if you really want to be out of everything, then stay out of the public's eyes. if you want all this drama to go away, stop tweeting about her. Stop saying this. Stop trying to expose her how much a piece of shit she is. And you said that you guys still have something to communicate with?
Well,
no, not really. And I wasn't saying that he was going to go and murder her. Jenelle was fearful that he was going to hunt her down and hurt her. Okay? And because, I mean, like I said, I have seen pictures. I have seen this. And, you know, Allie always used to say that, oh, she never hit me, blah, blah, blah. When I have pictures of, you know, my broken nose or, you know, her throwing a shoe at me or something.
Okay.
I know how rule.
Let me ask you about this,
Go ahead.
Nathan, because you said that they weren't married in a church and all they have is a piece of paper. Well, I share the same religious beliefs as you, was raised with the same religious background. My Bible says the same thing that your Bible says, and our Bible says where two or more are gathered, what?
What's that?
Where two or more are gathered, what?
I don't know where you're getting at.
You know, you should know, and if you don't know, then you better look it up when we get off of here. But the Bible says where two or more are gathered, that he is with us. Okay? So, obviously there were three people there when they got married. So
well,
I don't
also
think
says in the Bible, it also says in the Bible, uphold all man's laws, too. But I think, you know,
sure, but
God
your
is very
girlfriend's not
understanding.
upholding all man's laws when she's token the
I know.
smoke.
I know.
So we can't hold
that.
one side responsible for their actions if we're not responsible for the actions that are going down in our house. And the Bible says that the man is the head of the household. You are responsible for what goes down in your household, Nathan, right?
Yep.
Okay. So
you're
you got to handle that. Okay. So I respect
you're exactly
your
right.
opinion, and I'm glad that you called in to talk to us, and I hope you feel the same way.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're going to put Nathan back in the queue in case he'd like to continue to listen. Hallie, do you have anything to say? We might have lost Hallie as well. Let me check and see if she is in the queue. There she is. All right. Hallie, do you have anything to say?
I don't know what to say.
Are you all right? This has been crazy. I'm so glad that I allowed us 2 hours for the show today, and I did that because we've been running out of time. We would have been off the air 21 minutes ago, if not.
Right. I know we're not supposed to take sides or anything, but knowing what Courtland's going through, I'm glad that we ended the fighting because that's not good for him.
That's not healthy. That's not going to help
in recovery. Right.
Mm-hmm. So
is Courtland still here?
No, Courtland has not called back since he got off the phone with us, and he has not texted me back yet. So I'll call him whenever we get off here and make sure that he's all right. And you know, he has a right to be upset. You know,
right?
He just is. So we have 8 minutes left. Do you want to take some calls or do some news? What do you want to do? I'm just like, what the actual hell?
I don't know. I guess you can take some calls.
Okay, let's
see
start.
See what everybody else feels because we don't know what we feel.
Yeah. Let's start with the person that's been holding the longest. We've got 707-293. What's your name?
My name's Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, I was totally going to say something to Courtland, but that was like minutes and minutes ago. It's done past, but I was like, why don't you ever DM me? He follows me, and I follow him, and I support him completely, but he never, ever, like, writes back. It's kind of depressing, but it's okay.
He follows us as well, and it's rare that he DMs us back, so...
I know. I
feel
so personally, but, you know, I've had conversations with him, and I've been where he's at, not been married and had my wife be such a skank, but definitely been in a situation of being an addict, and I totally feel for him, and I just want him to be strong, and I called last time, too, and talked to him on the air, and I just want to be a supporter of Courtland because I feel like he's alone in this. Other than his Twitter followers and his family and the people that, you know, are closest to him, I feel like he's alone in all this. I really do, and it sucks. It's a sucky place to be, and I just want to say that I'm there for Courtland, Team Courtland, all the way, And, yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Miss Chris Pix wants to know if you want to share who you are, Kim. Do you know who Chris is?
Chris? No.
Chris from, I always say it like this, Chris, so you better not get mad because I don't know what the real term of it is. Hallie's about to laugh. But I always call you Chris from True Life. I text too damn much.
Me?
That's what Chris was on True Life.
Too much?
No, Chris was on True Life, and her episode was about people who were like addicted to texting or whatever, but I don't know what it was really called, so that's what I call it.
I have True Life on my DVR. I think I saw that episode, but that's who's asking who I am?
Yes. I'm guessing if she maybe thinks that you follow each other or something.
Maybe we do. I started Twitter literally like a month ago because I got rid of my Facebook. I got rid of a bunch of other social networks because they were kind of too addicting, and now I'm just like Twitter crazy, following whoever I can. I'm kind of up to date with the whole Jenelle situation, although I don't, sometimes I just got to stay away from it because it angers me too much, and I'm like, how am I so angry about this chick I don't even know, kind of stuff, but I'm just a regular girl from California.
Hold on, Kim. We've got 5 minutes left in the show, and Taylor Lewis would like to speak to us, so I'm going to put you back in the queue and listen, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. This is Taylor's phone number, and I knew that I knew this phone number, but I didn't know why. Taylor, how are you? Taylor? Okay. So, I guess we're just going to, let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to find, the one number that I clicked on is the number that should be Taylor. Okay, thanks for calling. You're live with us. Who are you? Okay. Taylor, tweet your area code so that I know which call to answer because there's literally hundreds of them. Taylor would like to speak to us. We only have 4 minutes left in the show. Taylor, you're welcome to come on Tuesday if we can't get you on today.
Or we can record it.
Here we go. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find you, Taylor. Did you press 1 so that you could be queued in? Because if you didn't press 1, then that's why you're not on here. So, Taylor, if you're holding, press 1 so that I can click on you. God, I wish you could be on the switchboard at the same time, Hallie, so that you could help me look this freaking up.
I know.
Ugh. Okay.
I'm sorry, asked where we're located.
We are located in different states because we're awesome. All right, I've got Taylor, and hold on. It's waiting for it to queue in. Taylor, how are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I just want to say, I just don't want to bash me anymore.
Whoever's talking in the background, Taylor, they're too loud and we can't hear you.
Nobody's in the background at all.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay, I had you on speaker. I'm sorry. I just don't want Courtland to bash me anymore. Every time he gets on, he's like, I can't see my daughter, and, telling everybody that it's not true. I let him see Jordan whenever he wants to.
So,
and
if he called you later and wanted to see her?
Everyone puts me down and makes me like I'm a bad person when I would allow him to see him and allow him to see Jordan anytime he wants.
Okay, so if he asked you to see her later today, you'll make that happen?
I mean, not today because I'm not home right now. I'm out of town. But
you're in New York.
I
forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, see, before I left or whatever, every day, I call and I ask him or I'll text him, I'm like, do you want to see Jordan? And then he never responds, or he'll hang up the phone and be like, oh, he wants to come, but then he never comes.
Okay. So when you get back into town, will you try to make it a point to let him come over and see her so that all this can stop?
Yeah, but I just don't want to be alone because I don't trust it anymore because he turns it around and tries to, make me and Jenelle fight, and it's not fair. He's putting me in the middle of that. He's trying to cause drama now.
Well, we'll talk to Courtland, and we'll talk to you later about it, and we'll try to figure out somebody that's fine with being there with you guys so that neither one of you...
Yeah, Miss Gray.
Okay, well, Courtland is fine with being around Miss Gray. So if that makes you comfortable, let's just make it happen, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for calling in, Taylor. We really appreciate it.
Okay, all right.
All right, guys. We have
Taylor.
like 30 seconds left in the show, or we would have continued to talk to Taylor. This show has been crazy. We're going to put up the links to it. You guys retweet it like crazy because everybody needs to hear everything that's happened today. We appreciate everybody that's called in, everybody that's still on hold, and we have 10 seconds, and the Real Teen Mom Talk Live. Holler at us.
Love you.
Holler.